Midnight creeps so slowly into hearts of those who need more than they
Happy Feet is terrifying. There's no easy way to beat around the bush here. This movie is the scariest thing ever created, and by golly, just talking about it right now gives me the shivers. Happy Feet is a 2006 animated horror film that stands the reason as to why so many kids grew up broken and depressed. The trauma and disgusting horrors found within this Blair Witch inspiration is just too creepy to think about. I'm sorry, it's just really hard. I can't go back. Oh God, don't make me go back. This film is the reason I dropped out of college. This film is the reason why I'm so bad at love. This film is the reason why I cry myself to sleep at night. Just that tiny look on that furball critter of a monster is giving me the hardest goosebumps. You think Hereditary is scary, huh? You think Halloween is scary? You think The Shining or The Babadook even come close to this film? All of those are nothing but baby shit. Pure toddler fare put on Nick Jr. Meanwhile, Happy Feet is over here kicking it on frickin' Showtime with every single uncensored travesty that could never exist on public television. This movie revolves around penguins. A fine animal, quite the lovable flightless bird in real life. These boys are natural surfers and pretty cute in that animated Surf's Up movie. But the penguins in Happy Feet are not penguins. These are monsters. These are satanic ritual brewing, cult climbing, fear mongering monsters. Every single penguin in this movie looks the exact same. You know why? Because they are all collectively one demonic entity. They move in unison, huddled together with evil plans lurking beneath their sternums. The main character of Happy Feet is this evil furball known as Mumble, voiced by the elegant Elijah Wood. Elijah Wood's voice is perfect for the terrors of Mumble because you can never tell his intentions. Does he want to skin you alive or give you a hug? You can never tell.
If you come, you may never get back home.
Mumble goes throughout the movie committing multiple sins with his foot obsession. He dances rapidly in a long-lost art form known as tap dancing, and uses the hippity-happity-poppity power to actually rein in the apocalypse. The penguins in this movie have godlike powers that change the rotation of the earth sometimes, and that's not even a joke this time. There are many instances in this movie where these penguins scream so damn hard that they call forth the sun for survival. A penguin should never be given that type of power. If I met a penguin, I can only imagine how hard he'd fuck me up. Watching this film just to present these horrors was not easy. It was a grueling challenge and it required countless potty breaks. That is why, if this video ever gets too scary, I just want you to whisper to yourself, Happy Feet ain't no scary feet. Happy Feet ain't no scary feet. And I promise you'll come out alive. The film begins with an image of a galaxy-sized penguin looming over our universe. We zoom towards a fireball known as the sun, where the logo of the movie is engraved. Now, here we go. Are you gonna tell me that this isn't a horror movie right after that logo is shown to exist on a hellish ball? We follow a bunch of terrifyingly animated penguins singing their songs of the devil in order to find love. Once two of them find each other, all the other penguins gather around to form a heart, an evil heart. So it becomes time for the mama penguins to leave the dad penguins because the mama penguins gotta go hunting for fish. Meanwhile, the dad's job is to watch over their newly birthed egg and protect it and keep it warm. But the fattest plot twist in history is that the main character's dad drops him hard. He secretly never wanted to be a father, so he attempts to murder his child. When that doesn't work out, he screams in anger and rotates the earth like I said earlier. Soon it's time for all of the eggs to hatch, and so Mumble comes out of his egg and instantly starts dancing. Look at that face. Look at me and tell me it's not the creepiest face you've ever seen. There's so much darkness in that face. So much darkness. So soon the mothers come back from hunting, and as soon as Mumble's mom meets with the dad, she says this. Daddy. This movie is the origin of the daddy kink. This movie is where it comes from, and for that very reason, it is pure horror. So it turns out that Mumble can't sing, only scream bloody death calls for Satan's minions. This is bad because in order to be amongst the rest of the penguins, you need to sing or you're screwed. So Mumble grows up sad and broken. No friends, his family hates him, he's very alone. And when everyone has a demonic devil party that calls upon the Dark Lord himself to celebrate growing up, he is deserted on a small ice island where he is attacked. Like, that is genuinely scary. No exaggeration, that's actually terrifying. He escapes to a land full of much smaller penguins. They lead him to a penguin priest, and there has never been an instance in anything ever where an animated priest has not been the scariest thing ever.
Tell him to go forth and multiply. Come to think of it, why don't we all go forth and multiply?
This man carries around a garbage necklace to promote his eco-friendly message in the movie, because another scary thing that encapsulates this movie is the coming crisis of global warming and how we're all going to burn up in a hot ball of gas just like the main logo of the movie. So Mumble asks the animated priest, voiced by Robin Williams, if he knows about any aliens. The priest says, yeah. Mumble says, cool, and he goes back home. He goes to one of his childhood crushes, Gloria Berger, and hypnotizes her with his demonic tap dancing, and she is entranced. This leads to yet another animated priest penguin that exists in the homeland to banish him.
Whose decisions he giveth, and he can take it away.
Wait a minute, Happy Feet can't cause a famine.
While banished, Mumble travels with his small penguin buddies that he made earlier, and they fight some killer whales. Their innocent ass squeaks of cuteness haunts me in the night. Because they just want to eat them, they just want raw flesh and blood, but they keep squeaking like they're innocent in all of this. It's too freaking spooky, man. This is when the animated priest penguin fucking dies. So once they escape the killer whales, Mumble decides to travel through the fourth dimension of cold horror until he comes across a cliff and suicides. Animated priest penguin comes back and serenades him.
Who could say taller than anyone? Hey! It's me, Lovelace, formerly known as...
Mumble's corpse washes upon shore and he finds himself in heaven.
You're in heaven, Dave.
The creepy furball somehow made it into heaven. Here Mumble goes absolutely insane, and he sees visions of his parents, but they get Thanos'd. So in turn, Mumble slams his head against the wall, causing the world and the stars to cry in unison for his poor and tragic existence. We then see humans watching him in heaven. In real talk, this movie goes through this entire time making you sympathize with demonic penguins, making you feel like you're one of them, and then out of nowhere it incorporates real life footage of humans and tells us that they're aliens. This movie makes you forget that you yourself are human. A movie that defiles your very well-being is the scariest thing I've ever seen. This movie actually made me forget I was a human for a second. And I don't like that, man. I don't like that. So Mumble hypnotizes the humans and they drop him back home without ever learning of where he actually lives. And so Mumble takes over his hometown and forces all of them to dance with him. Everyone becomes mindless, zombie tap dancing maniacs thanks to Mumble's great mind control powers, and the end. As you can see, Happy Feet is not for the faint of heart. It contains constant balls to the wall scares that I can never stop thinking about in the night. Throughout the movie, penguins will move like cult members or scream so hard that the earth rotates to their will, and it's terrifying. No penguin should have this power, especially not the animated kind. While the movie might have some really fun music sequences, beautifully haunting character moments, or really fun and weird editing styles, none of that matters when I cannot even think about the movie without a potty break.
No, it's...
It tells the story of a deranged penguin with hypnotizing powers that he solely uses for evil after the devil speaks to him. It is a horror movie because, by golly, Mumble's terrifying lifeless face haunts me more than Mike Myers. When you want to have date night with your girl and want to watch a horror movie, steer clear of this. This one is only for the toughest of souls. This truly is the scariest movie of all time, and I'm glad it never received a horrific sequel. Oh no, 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 no! In all seriousness, thank you guys so much for watching. This channel is almost at 200,000 subs, and that means the next High School Musical 2 video is on its way. I'm having a lot of fun making these videos, and I hope you're having a lot of fun watching them. And, well, if you're not, scream at me on Twitter at mmnuck, why I suck or something. If you enjoyed this, why not subscribe, or leave a like, and follow me on LinkedIn.